What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Kari, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. Today we're taking a look at an Air Jordan 4 that, I'm not gonna lie, I knew that this was gonna be a nice one, but I did not expect the pure chaos that went down with this sneaker's release today. Without further ado, let's get into it. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Air Jordan 4 Military Black. First of all, before we even get into first impressions of the shoe, listen, the sneaker community is gonna nickname a shoe, won't we? Like, if this shoe has no nickname, if any shoe has no nickname, we're gonna give it a nickname. But of course, it's pretty obvious with the exact same color blocking as the Military Blue Air Jordan 4 that we give this the name of the Military Black. Even though Jordan Brand just said it was white, black, and neutral gray, we know better. All right, first impressions of the sneaker. Fantastic shoe. I mean, it's just as nice as I thought that it was going to be when I saw pictures of it. And in hand, the materials are top tier. So we're gonna get into the shoe itself. Of course, take a little deeper look. It's pretty simple. It shouldn't take us too long. But then we're gonna get into what exactly happened with this release, the crazy way I got this shoe, and some things that I heard from some reseller homies of mine, because I think that's the big topic of the day when it comes to this sneaker is resale. Let's get into it. All right, starting with the upper on the sneaker. Now again, Air Jordan 4 silhouette. You can't really go wrong with that. The thing that makes these a bit elevated are the materials. Starting with the white leather, look at how good that leather is. When I tell you guys this leather is very soft to the touch, very, very soft to the touch. Nice cuts of leather on these, around the collar, down the eyelids, on the mud guards of the shoe, right above the midsole, and of course on the toe box as well. Really, really nice white leather on the shoe. Way better than any military blues I ever put my hands on. I don't even have to touch it, and you can just see how textured that leather is on the upper of that shoe. Very, very nice. And then when I do touch it, you can just see how it just folds in. Just really, really nice. Now, keeping in theme with the color blocking of the Military Blue, of course, basically everywhere you saw blue on that sneaker, you're gonna see black here. And that includes these hits right here on the midsole. Of course, the top and bottom eyelets of the shoe here in plastic. Just like the Military Blue Jordan 4s as well, you get the gray cages, the lace cages, the wings, whatever you wanna call them. As a matter of fact, comment down below. Let me know if you wear your wings out or do you keep them laced like this. Some people like to let them fly. Some people like to keep them laced. Let me know. In the quarter panels, of course, instead of blue underneath this netting here, you're going to get black right underneath the mesh netting. Very nice. Let's go to what's surrounding the toe box. You might call it the rand. Some people call it different things. But let's take a look at this suede here. Very, very, very nice gray suede here. It's a sturdy suede. It's very nice. It's not too nappy or too hairy of a suede, but it's a really nice suede here. Really nice cut of suede going all around the toe box of the shoe. I mean, the leather and the suede on this shoe, premium stuff. I'm not gonna lie, these are worth the price increase. Like Jordan Brand, if you guys actually keep the quality here, I'm not mad at the price increase with these sneakers lately. Taking a top down look at the shoe here, everything is pretty much the same. You got more of that mesh netting in the tongue here, of course, black underneath that as well. You see more of that really nice, very soft leather. If you guys feel this toe box, it feels really, really good. Moving up from there, typical Air Jordan 4 tongue, really nice as well. Same leather as the upper of the rest of the shoe here, so that really nice feeling, kind of premium feeling leather here. Black Jumpman as well, right above the flight. On the back of the tongue here, classic Air Jordan 4 tongue, upside down, this time white and black, with that really nice, almost feels like satin, but pretty sure it's probably just like a nylon material, but it's actually really soft to the touch on the back of the tongue here. It's nice. Pretty much feels like the same material that's on the back of the tongue is on the inner lining of the shoe as well, around the heel and the sock liner, except of course that's in that neutral gray color. Moving around to the heel of the shoe, black heel tab here, black heel pull. This is where my Achilles hates the Air Jordan 4. I don't know about you guys, but that's the only thing that makes it really hard about me wearing this shoe, because my Achilles hits right here where it just cuts into it, and I got scars on the back of my ankles right now thanks to Air Jordan 4s. Now I've also heard a lot of people say that they wanted that Nike Air on the back of the shoe. Granted, that would have been really, really nice, and there's probably some really dope customizers that can probably find a way to take off the Jumpman and put the Nike Air on the back. If you are a customizer, I'd love to see you do that, because I think it would make this shoe look that much better. Standard Air Jordan 4 outsole with this one. You got that nice black in the midfoot there with the white Jumpman. And on the insole of the shoe here, black insole with that white Jumpman on the heel. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the Military Black Air Jordan 4. Like I said, super simple colorway, but its simplicity with its really nice materials, I think is part of its allure. I think it's part of the reason why people want this sneaker so much. 2012 was a crazy year. I actually had a pair of the Military Blues, and You know, it just takes me back to really regretting the fact that I didn't start this YouTube channel back in 2012 when I think a lot of people were getting off the ground. I was doing some research, and the people that were around, if they're still around now, they're doing some phenomenal numbers. Wear Testers actually had the 2012 Air Jordan 4 military blues, and I mean, look at what happened to them now. So my problem is that I wasn't focused on YouTube because my dumb self was trying to be a rapper. Yep, I was one of those guys that was trying to be a rapper back in the day. You can judge me if you want to, but the music was kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie, it was fire. But needless to say, that was also a phase where I was grabbing up every pair of Jordans that I possibly could. I was finally starting to make some decent money, and I was finally grabbing up all these different sneakers, and I love the military blue Jordan 4. So when I saw this color blocking coming back, even with it being in black, I actually like the black because I've been so partial to the blue for so long, I never thought about there being another color. But now that I see this in black, it's super, super clean. Now, let's get into the crazy way that I was even able to get this sneaker, which really takes me into the demand and, of course, the resale. I almost passed out trying to get this sneaker today, like literally. So I ended up getting this sneaker from a local City Gear. Shout out to City Gear. But unfortunately, because of, I guess, heightened demand for sneakers down here, it was very hard for me to get them on the app through the raffle. I actually didn't get a pair through the raffle. So I actually ended up being one of those people today that just went to City Gear and just hung out for a little while. So I was just hanging out there for a little while, actually getting a couple other things, all white Air Force One, stuff like that. And sometimes City Gear, Hibbett, certain stores will do what they call a re-raffle for any unclaimed pairs that were not picked up within the window that you're supposed to get your pair. So I was actually lucky enough to get this on an in-store re-raffle, but the problem was that it took an additional hour for them to count up the pairs that they had left in the back because they were so short-staffed. The problem with sitting around in the store for an additional hour, there was no air conditioning in the store, but if you left, you missed out on your chance to be able to get the shoe. I live in Alabama. It was 94 degrees today. Now you multiply 94 degrees with being inside of a City Gear, which you know it's a lot of black folks inside that City Gear. It was hot in there. But you know what? We've been through worse. If you camped out, you've endured the elements. You've endured the heat, the cold, the rain, whatever, doing what you got to do to get these sneakers. So chilling in the store for an hour, even though it was kind of hot, it is what it is. But I was able to get my hands on the shoe, thank goodness, because if I was trying to go elsewhere to get the shoe, my goodness, y'all would have charged me $350, $400 for the sneaker. Why is this sneaker so expensive? But here's the thing, when it comes to value of a sneaker, we're talking resale value. I always say that that's the intersection between hype and wearability. If a shoe has a lot of hype behind it, but isn't very wearable, then it'll be worth some money on the market. If the sneaker is very wearable and a lot of people want to throw it on foot, even if it's not the most hyped up sneaker, then you're actually going to see an uptick in the value of that shoe as well. And the cool thing about it is that hype these days doesn't always have to come from the brand or the fact that it's a collaboration. Sometimes the sneaker is so simple, so dope, so well done, and so wearable that the people will drive the hype of the shoe themselves just based off of the pure demand. And I think that's what happened here with the Military 4s. Now, there's some other things that are also playing into this that I had to talk to the resale homies about. So let's get into that. Resale is one of those weird, beautiful, ugly, necessary evils that's part of the sneaker world and the sneaker culture at this point. It's here, it's not going anywhere, and it's bigger than ever. This was a reseller's dream shoe. If you were able to get your hands on multiple pairs of these, chances are you're probably gonna cash out pretty well, not only in the short term, but also in the long term. According to a lot of the resellers that I talked to today, this is the shoe to hold. This is the sneaker that's gonna be the next white Oreo Jordan 4, which is insane because that sneaker was worth a couple $100 bucks. It was worth about $300, $350, but I checked today and that sneaker is $550 in my size, which is nuts. I also want to take this time out to apologize formally for the Black Cat 4 video. You guys never cease to remind me every day, even though that video is over 2 years old now, that I was totally wrong on that video, because in that video I said the sneaker's probably not going to be worth that much money, and today everybody's saying, well, the shoe's worth $900. So Carl was wrong on that. But getting back to the military blacks, the first thing that I didn't know about is that apparently in the resale market, Jordan 4s are doing very well. So apparently there's a huge demand on Jordan 4 models outside of the Lightning 4s, because apparently that was a shoe that was kind of oversaturated. I think that was some of the allure with the military blacks as well. There weren't a ton of these. These were available at a lot of places, but this is one of those sneakers that even though it might be a general release, it doesn't feel like as big of a general release because there weren't that many pairs available at different stores. Now, of course, I'm sure we're probably going to see restocks somewhere along the line. We'll see a Jordan Reserve probably of these or something like that. But for today, this is where we are. That being said, I am interested to see where these sneakers go. I want you guys to sound them down below because I know a lot of sneaker YouTube these days has to do with resale. So I've watched some other videos and people are saying that the prices on these are only going to go up in the future. I'm interested to see if you guys feel the same way. Sound it down below in the comments. Let me know if you guys feel like this is one, if you wanted to grab it, you might as well grab it up now before the price goes up. Or if you guys are just totally anti-resale and refuse to pay anything outside of retail on this shoe, I want to know that as well. It's time for you guys to sound off. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the Air Jordan 4 Military Black and these crazy resale prices that are going on this sneaker right now. I'm still trying to learn it and understand it. Maybe you guys can help educate me a bit. So if you guys are in the resale game, now's the time for you guys to sound off down in the comments as well and let me know what the world is going on with the Air Jordan 4 Military Black. Of course, right down in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Phetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you, I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Phetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Air Jordan 4 Military Black, and until next time, I'm out.